This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime. In association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
Welcome to the Rising Stars of Comedy. I'm Akriti Tyagi. Francis of Assisi is of the opinion that start by doing what's necessary, then do the possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible. Our guest for today is a writer, a stand-up comedian. He's half Parsi, half Guju, making me extremely confused and extremely angry. You will find out why. Please welcome Neville Shah.
Please welcome his guest, Neville Shah! Neville Shah!
What's up? How you guys doing? Yes, doing well? That's lame. What happened to this side? Who died? Come on, are you guys doing well? Yes? That's right. I don't know what's happened to us as a country. We've gone insane. We protest on Twitter. And we don't even do that right. We don't. We go from outrage over rape to, oh my god, I ate the best ice cream ever in 4 seconds. What are we doing?
Hello.
What's up?
So tell me, how did comedy happen?
It didn't happen, man. I'm not funny.
I think so too, but how?
I was in New York for some time.
Okay.
And that's really where it sort of started.
Okay.
कीड़ा करके stage पे जाता था.
Huh.
First 4 times I tanked, like fully tanked.
Okay.
कोई
And this was when?
Heckled, 2007.
Okay.
तो ऐसा है. 2008.
When you were still young.
I'm still young.
No,
I was,
when you were still young.
I was never young, Baba. I was born 28.
Yeah, I think so too.
So
So he's 58 now. but
correct. So
yeah.
then I like how mine is like the inverse of dog years because I'm going faster than anyway. So 2008 or something I did thing and I was tanking, like fully tanked. Like first 4 shows to like to the point where there were heckles also, like proper heckles, like go home, don't like do keep doing what you're doing, you'll do really well, like that. Like
And
really
what
bad
were
heckles.
you doing? I mean, main time.
I was there to study.
I like this.
वो actually
you
study था लेकिन study तो करा नहीं कुछ.
That's good.
So but no, that went well. Then थोड़ा मिला लोगों से ये वो थोड़ा advice दिया, no, keep pursuing. The problem was that it was really bad jokes.
Okay.
The thing was that they weren't good jokes. They were, and for that matter, I think that's where I think it evolved also. Like they were jokes, like they were fabricated, confabulated jokes.
Okay.
Which is not something, which I don't think is the virtue of stand-up. Like telling a joke in a group or in a WhatsApp group is another skill set, and there are WhatsApp comedians dime a dozen. But to be able to do stand-up, that's different.
Do you think real life is as funny as comedians try to fabricate it?
Yeah, you can't fabricate a joke. Yeah. There are certain things that are just funny. Like there are certain things that are.
See, but that's your perspective, isn't it? I mean, you might find it hilariously funny, and I might just think that's stupid.
यार देख
right?
मेरा शायद टीचर देख सकता है ये शो, इसके लिए मैं नाम नहीं बोलेगा. But if you see my bit
Huh.
and I talk about a certain nurse in my school,
Huh.
her name is her real name. I'm not making that up. That was her real name. Now, if that was her real name, and I follow that up with saying that if there is no way that this person was, you know, semi-attractive also. Now,
Semi-attractive.
like, I'm just trying to say, like, I'm trying to be nice. You told me to be nice and not grumpy, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing,
fine.
Yeah.
Huh.
So to me, the thing is when every time I do that joke or every time I do, I'm not lying. There was a real lady with that name, and she wasn't attractive, and to me, that's funny.
And
Now,
poor
how
lady, she was in a boys' hostel.
Yeah. So
Poor lady.
correct. I the embellishment on that joke. So the embellishment on the joke is the fact that she wasn't attractive. She was decent looking. Like she wasn't extremely pretty and she wasn't extremely unattractive. But
Thank you.
to me, she was. But to me, the embellishment on the joke is the fact that when I was a boarding school kid, it didn't matter whether she was attractive or not attractive because anatomy. But it didn't. It doesn't matter. I'm using words that will go on the
I
air.
am so proud of you. I can just see the consternation on your face where you're just like, nahi, nahi bolna hai, nahi, nahi.
Correct.
By the way, he managed all his abuses before we started shooting today.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that.
And
he
it's
took
not-
it all out of his system.
Correct. Now the thing is that it's not a punchline, yeah. It's because I'm ranting. When you rant, yeah. And when you rant, there are going to be cuss words. So it's not like nobody's genuinely using it as a punch. I don't end a joke on a cuss word, except one which everyone accuses me of. But I really hate that guy who called. Like, I really hate that guy. It's not my fault.
I'm at boarding school. I'm in the 5th standard. I'm 10 years old, and I'm wearing that uniform that every Indian school student wears. You know, the one that you'll eventually fit into. You know, the one that you buy in the 5th standard that's really too baggy for you. Then it just about fits you in the 6th, and you're like, Mom, this is getting tight, and then she'll open up some buttons at the back and it'll fit you, and you're like, how is this happening? Mom, this was blue, it's white now. Ha, PT mein pen lena. Like, it's so weird, right? Like, it's just, I don't understand. Anyway, kitna garib tha na hum log ka parents. So,
You know, taking from that thought only, do you have to adjust your sets according to the audience? I mean, you've obviously mentioned
Depends.
the fact
Is
that...
there a politician in the crowd?
Yeah.
No, it totally depends on. I do have to adjust my set, but I mostly try and adjust pace.
Okay. No, I was asking in terms of, you know, how you said that difference between a procrastinating
Or not wanting to do it, huh?
or not wanting to do it, or like a lazy crowd, like, you know, how you have to tweak your words to suit the audience.
Correct.
Do you have to tweak your jokes also, sets also to
I try
suit-
and set up the joke. So there are dumb audiences and intelligent audiences.
Yeah.
It exists.
Yeah.
So anybody who tells you no, all audiences are great
Yeah.
is lying.
Yeah.
Okay. There are audiences that get it. There are rooms that are great, and those same rooms sometimes can be really tough to play because you are trying something new or you are literally dying.
Yeah.
I hate that he has to press the horn while he's looking at a shoot.
Okay,
It's
you're telling me.
frustrating. That's the kind of, posterior part that I talk about.
go to Greenland. There will be a Punjabi couple on honeymoon. You know, in that full costume, as a sari, chuda, and all that. So she's there, and the guy obviously says, you can't wear this, ma'am, you have to change and all. So they're like, okay, fine. So the guy goes there to change, the girl goes upstairs, and the worst thing you'll ever see in your life is an Indian man getting into a wetsuit. And then finally they come, and this woman also comes down, okay, in her wetsuit with the dupatta on top. And the worst part about this is, when they go inside, she went inside the water, and she's wearing her dupatta and she's wearing her chuda. Why? You're going shark diving. What are you expecting? The shark will come and say, hi ma'am. Rahul. Naam to suna hoga.
So coming back to the question, then you were in New York. You
Yes.
started doing, you bombed
So
a
I
couple
came
of
back
times.
a couple of times. Then we did.
So
Then I did
what
some
happened?
stuff. It worked and all that. I was doing shorter sets, 10 minutes or whatever. Then I had to come back for whatever reason. I came back and then I was in Bombay for some time. But then immediately I went to Delhi. I used to work in Delhi for some time.
Okay.
And while I was
Oh,
working
so
there,
my
we
city
used
was
to-
braced with your benign presence, I see.
I was doing really bad jokes because like it was really during that period where it just was starting. Yeah.
Okay.
Stand-up was just starting. So
That's why the Delhi circuit doesn't seem to love you.
I don't know if the Delhi circuit loves me or not. I really don't. I don't seem to. Why don't they don't?
No,
This
they
is
do.
news
I
for me.
was just messing
Oh.
with you. I swear.
No, I don't know if the Delhi circuit likes me or not. The point is that probably because I think Delhi had a really strong scene when compared to Bombay at that point, and I don't know why it died.
Okay.
I don't know why.
You feel it's died?
I don't think it's died, but I certainly don't think that it's gone to the level it should have. I know the biggest problem is the fact that we had a comedy club, a dedicated venue that possibly
See, you know,
moved
if
it.
you were to compare it like that, then Bangalore right now has like 4 open mics happening per
So
week.
do we. We have a gig every day.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You guys have a gig every day. You have a dedicated comedy club. Delhi literally has nothing except for the fact that, you know, when the comedians get together and they organize something on a
But
weekly basis.
I'm saying
and
that's
stuff.
exactly how it started, right? Like when Shits and Giggles used to do improv, when Shits and Giggles used to do stand-up. I mean, it's the oldest collective, right? Here, it's the oldest collective. It started with Karan and Varun like years ago. It started in like 2008, I think.
Oh, really?
And 2008. So it's older than Weird Ass, it's older than AIB, it's older than EIC, it's older than all of them.
Okay.
Because and when Karan and Varun started and we used to do open mic, it was the same thing, right? And at that time in the comedy store at that point, the comedy store had white people performing.
Yeah.
We would get open spots for like 10 minutes. I think Anubhav was the first guy to get a 30 and then all of us followed.
Yeah.
And
No, I remember when I was talking to Varun, he mentioned something of the
Correct.
same sort, and you know how he'd gotten the push from the comedy store and stuff.
Correct. So we all got it, and I think for me the advantage was that I could host.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to fly a host. They didn't want to fly 3 comedians down. They only wanted to fly 2.
Okay.
Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying over a year you can't
Yeah.
sustain white
Yeah.
comedians
Yeah.
coming or whatever, foreign comedians coming down and performing and stuff, right? You can't do that. So. So they started reducing the number of comedians that were coming in.
Okay.
And as a result, they said, okay, fine, let's just get a host from. Okay. So most of us started off as hosts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, hello, good evening, and welcome to India's newest game show called सितारों के साथ खेलेंगे सितारे, जो है आपके सबसे चहीते सितारों के सितारे के सितारों के सितारे. Brought to you by Star. It's weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very simple game show where we get one fan to team up with his or her favorite celebrity, and together they win and play for lots of cash and prizes. So let's welcome our first fan and our first player for tonight. He's a hand model all the way from Mizoram. Please welcome Lakshmi Prasad Galgotia. Hello, Lakshmi, welcome. You can call me LPG.
Do you think it's important to be a part of a group so that you have somebody who has your back, and at the same time you can bounce ideas off of each other, or sometimes do you feel it holds you back in a manner that you as an individual you start losing your identity?
No, yeah, I don't think that that's the case. I think it's I don't think they hold us back, because at least not in SNG.
Okay.
I don't know the other collectives. I don't know how they function. And I don't know whether personalities therefore intertwine, etc. With us, we're already 6 different personalities.
Okay.
And we don't force anybody to do a particular kind of comedy. All 6 of us do different kinds of comedy. We respect all 6 people.
Okay.
The one thing that is important is that we have to find it funny.
Of course.
I think that's the only mandate we have. So to me it's that, right? To me it's that I don't think there is a mandate to do. You should be part of a collective. You shouldn't be part of a collective. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं रे. वो अपने आप हो जाता है. You'll find your ground. You'll find your way. I don't think any collective holds a comedian back.
Like, I went to all boys boarding school. I went to an all boys boarding school, and when I went there, I didn't know what was going to happen, because in my school for the first 7 days, your parents were allowed to visit you every day. And then on the 8th day, they couldn't. It was kind of like a cooling off period. I was there in the 5th standard. I'm sitting on the steps, okay? And I'm 10 years old. I'm sitting on the steps. And I'm looking into the distance. And I'm hoping, okay, on the 8th day that my parents will come. Because they're not going to come. I know that. And hope, that's all I have. I'm a child. That's all I have left. Because 3 दिन में गायब हो जाएगा वो. And suddenly I look at 2 people walking towards the gate. And they're my parents. And I'm so happy, because on the 8th day, my parents have actually come to see me. They're not allowed to. They come. So I get up in my skirt, that baggy pant. I get up and I start running. Okay, and I start running towards them. And I'm like, Mommy, 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 Mommy. I get really close. And I realize that they're not my parents. So I don't know what to do. So I just run past them going, Mommy, 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 till I go outside. Bhai sahab, do ice cream dena. That's how I deal with life. All the people understand this, and they take out their respective things. They take out binocular, one person takes out cell phone thing, one Bangladeshi guy takes out one telescope. वो lion को देख रहा है, he's looking at the lion, okay? And we're all mesmerized, and we're all looking. When no one Indian has an idea, and he says it, because that's ऐसा बोल देगा, tuck. So he's like, hey, you know what? I have an idea how to make the lion come closer. So everyone's like, how? So he takes a piece of food and he goes,